In November 1983, a group of well-intentioned first-time producers raised $4 million and brought Marilyn Monroe back to life on Broadway at the well-known Minskoff Theater off Times Square. Now, more than 30 years later, one of those producers has decided to exhume the remains of the play, Marilyn, an American Fable, for a new audience on YouTube. Norma Jean, the orphan girl who morphed into Marilyn Monroe, was used and abused by Hollywood and some of the highest figures in Washington's political establishment. In what follows on YouTube are the highlights of the Broadway play Marilyn, an American Fable, including the TV ads that could not be fully used in 1983. The play begins with Norma Jean, a young girl in a foster home with a dream to someday become somebody important. Then, in the form of an American operetta, the play and the music follow Marilyn Monroe through her stage career and 3 marriages. First as Norma Jean to a young and handsome high school athlete Jimmy Doherty, then as Hollywood's creation as Marilyn Monroe to baseball hero Joe DiMaggio, and finally to playwright Arthur Miller, after which she succumbs to addiction, depression, and a suspicious early death at the age of 36. Marilyn, an American Fable, tells the whole story, from her upbringing to her fame to her untimely death, in a way that reveals why her iconic impact has never died.
Marilyn, an American Fable.
What a magical and exciting evening this is sure to be. Oh, you fans all over the country. This program is being broadcast live from the premiere of Before the air, boys, but it's getting too hot. With your huffing and your puffing, you give me all you get. So take a little rest, boys. I'm just fine, my dear. With your huffing and your puffing, I just might disintegrate. I guess you're all wondering how I got into this bubble bath. But it's really quite simple. Somebody gave me a bottle of champagne for my birthday, and I couldn't figure out how to open the darn thing. So I decided to take a bubble bath instead. So there I was, just splashing away, when all of a sudden, my big toe got stuck in the faucet. Well, luckily I knew the name of a good plumber. So I just called him up, explained what happened, and he rushed right over. Can you imagine that? There I was, all alone in a bathtub with a total stranger, and I had absolutely no toenail polish on. You see Miss Monroe wearing the pink? And now I believe you can have what you want when you're happy with just who you are.
very special man, our director, choreographer, Mr. Kenny Ortega.
Good evening. Thank you, Malcolm, and thank you, Francine. What a wonderful place this is. It took me long enough to get here. And I want to thank the gentleman out there who lent me his coat, seriously. What we have is a wonderful $3 million major Broadway musical revolving around the life of Marilyn Monroe. In our minds, we feel that she's greater than a legend, therefore we came up with the Fable. The musical takes place on the stage, is set up to look like a giant sound stage out of the 1930s. We have 32 people on stage, and they comprise three groups: the groups who made her, the people who loved her, and the ones who knew her. Marilyn, as you know, was married 3 times, at first to a young man named Jim Doherty. Didn't last long. Her career took hold and she was out. And then she met Joe DiMaggio, the Yankee Clipper, Jolting Joe. And they had a romance that was off and on, but lasted throughout. And to this day, Joe DiMaggio still remembers Marilyn and sends roses to her gravesite. And then finally, but certainly important, was Arthur Miller, a great American playwright. And what we do is we take the musical and we deal with the positive facts, for the most part, of Marilyn Monroe's life. She had a destiny. It's how she deals with that destiny that determines her fate. She has to deal with the demons in the beginning of the second act, that we have a big dance number where the demons come in and seduce her with champagne and pills, and we don't actually have the documentary of Marilyn Monroe on stage. We're going much more for the fairy tale, 1983 retrospect celebration of one of the greatest ladies of motion pictures. Josh Logan, who directed her in Bus Stop, was recently quoted on a television show as saying that he felt that Marilyn Monroe was the equivalent in talent and genius to Charlie Chaplin.
A single dream, one that I can call my very own.
Beyond your wildest dreams comes Marilyn.
If I wish hard enough,
To wish upon a star.
it will belong to me alone. A single dream.
And to leave you feeling like you've never felt before. Marilyn. Everyone talked about her. And now everyone's talking about the musical. With all the dazzling magic to match the legend that is Marilyn. Marilyn, an American Fable, and a spectacular Broadway musical.